After a month and a half of fasting, I think it's time for some celebration. Jesus is risen, everybody! And what do we call the first Friday you're allowed to eat after Lent starts? Meatster! And in celebration of Meatster, I'm eating the greatest fast food burger in all of America, and therefore the world, In-N-Out's Double Double. Look at it. And it drips some all over my earth. I don't care. So like literally 2 out of the last 4 videos I made have been me eating cooked meat on days that you usually used to not eat cooked meat. I like this Catholic vlog thing. It's so good. So this past Lent and really this past year, I've been thinking a lot about eating meat on Fridays. Kind of came to an interesting conclusion. Maybe we shouldn't eat meat on Fridays all year long. And I think that there's a few reasons to back up what I'm saying. So first, a little bit of history. Catholics used to not eat meat every Friday all year long, with very few exceptions. Meatster being one of them. Same rules applied. Fish was okay. If you were like pregnant or deathly ill, you were okay. For generally healthy stand-up adults like me, you just didn't eat meat on Fridays. It was a penance. It was like a small sacrifice that you did to get yourself closer to Jesus. Now in the last century, those rules have kind of changed and people are no longer required by the church to abstain from meat on Fridays. Which leads me to reason number 1 why you should do it anyway. There's still a rule on the books. The rule is you have to give up something. You have to have some penance, even if it's small, every Friday. Honestly, instead of being creative about it, just give up meat. Like, you get it. Everybody knows what it is, and you can just give up meat on Fridays, and people have heard of that concept before, so it's not weird. Because otherwise you're like trying to come up with something that's like penitential, but not weird. Also, there's some dioceses out there that still have the rule there. Diocese in England, the Diocese of Steubenville. Reason number 2 is actually an ecological reason. If the world ate meat at the rate that Americans eat meat, we would run out of planet. The earth cannot sustain the rate at which I consume meat. And for me to continue going on my jolly way as if that doesn't need to change, that's a problem. So some people have tried to do like meatless Mondays and make it a hashtag and make it trendy and make it cool. So like slash 1 day off the week where you just go meatless because it's good for the planet and it's good for your own health. And I'm like, you can actually do that for religious reasons on Friday. And it's good for your body and good for your soul. There's a buddy of mine who's trying to like add a lot more meatless options into his diet. Not go full vegetarian, but just like opt for the vegetables more than the beef. And he's from like Nebraska where they like invented beef. So this is gonna be tough for him when he hangs out with his family. So for all the ecological justice, economical justice, solidarity reasons, we should give up meat a lot more often than we actually do. Reason number 3 is actually to connect us to our past as Catholics. I don't know if you noticed this, but Christendom died like a long time ago. Like Christianity and Christ and the gospel being the #1 driving force in our society hasn't been a thing since long before I was born. The world is no longer going to remind us and train us and teach us to be Christ-like. We have to do that ourselves, and we need to take advantage of every opportunity to remind us of these things. That's why I'm never going to complain that Ash Wednesday is a much more popular day to go to church than other Sundays. It's a cultural reminder. Let's run with it. So the one critique about In-N-Out that I will listen to is that other people have better French fries. And that's true, which is why they have animal fries. So good. So there's actually a lot of value in taking an old practice like giving up meat on Fridays, especially because it connects us to our past, because it's so old, because so many of our ancestors before us did it. You know, it's recognizable, it's cultural. People can notice that, oh, you're doing that because you're a Catholic. You want to be like Jesus or connect yourself to him more. That's a powerful thing. When the world is doing its best to separate us from God, we need to do our best to glue us back together with him. Cultural influences and societal influences like a fast that you and all of your friends are doing are ways to do that. And reason number 4 is it makes days like today so much better. So how many of you like stayed up till midnight on Friday to cook up some bacon or like ate breakfast sausage the second you woke up on Saturday? Wasn't that just like a religious experience? I grow increasingly convinced that one of the most profound things about being a Christian is mourning when things deserve to be mourned and celebrating when things deserve to be celebrated and not caring what the rest of the world thinks. So give up meat on Fridays, celebrate on Sunday, have good bacon on Saturday morning. It's the Catholic thing to do. Also, I don't want to see an argument about your burger being better. Don't even talk to me about Shake Shack. Don't even talk to me about Steak and Shake. Don't you dare bother my comments with your Whataburger. All right, that burger is the honey butter chicken biscuit is amazing and the food of the gods, but the burger is just not good.